Hi everybody and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Sorry about that, I was a little bit late on the start, but hey, we got there in the end. Hope you guys are having a good time. You won't laugh at why I was late, but had to get the old coffee ready for the live stream. That's just the way it goes. So priorities, it's pretty hilarious. Hey, good to see everybody in the house there. A big welcome to people in the UK, obviously just waking up there, the morning breakfast show. So a big shout out to Hex Biker there. Let me just set up the chat as well to live chat. Cool. We got Hex Biker now. Woohoo! The UK's daily crypto breakfast show. Go Superman. Absolutely, Hex Biker. You know how we roll here. And of course, nice one. Anyone want breakfast? Yeah. And of course, bacon and eggs there from Hex Biker. It's a pretty popular choice, actually. Pretty tasty. I noticed that when you go to hotels and stuff like that, they have a lot of that on the smorgasbord stuff. You know, the old eggs and bacon in the morning and the toast. Sometimes it can be very appetizing. Other times, depending on which place you're at, not so much. But yeah, pretty exciting. Hey, CJ's in the house. Hey, CJ, good to see you. Woohoo! Hello. And Blobfish King. Woohoo! Hi, everybody. The Reserve Bank in Australia thinks inflation will come down next year. You can't believe anything they say. So we have Blobfish King. Yep. Well, you know, it's all the Fed King, Fed Queen, I should say, completely missed out on the inflation there. And of course, you'd think that'd be enough to remove someone from their job, just not even in the ballpark of getting it right. So you just never know, the Blobfish King. I'm on the way to bed, says CJ. Hey, sleep well. We'll catch you on the other side there, CJ. Excellent choice in the house there. Woohoo! Hey, good to see excellent choice. Hex Huddle as well. Hey, your Win Moon, Win Lambo, Win Launch. Yeah, that's pretty true. How about Win Lunch? Win Lunch, Hex Huddle, Win Lunch. I'm bullish on PulseChain 2, says Hex Force 1. Yep. Hex Force 1 has landed, so there's a sign of approval there for PulseChain. Brenton is Lex in the house there, back for another one. Strong arm, that one, the old strong arm. Oh, every time someone does a strong arm or thing, I always thinking of Dream Rat Crypto now for some reason. I don't know why. What could that be? Hex on air, good morning from Slovakia. Great to see you, Hex on air. Big shout out to those in Slovakia. Very cool. I love our international community. It's so good. Of course, I'm streaming here from the bottom of the world down in good old New Zealand, aka Kiwiland. So a big shout out to you from down under. James, what's Hexhole says? It's 11 p.m. here. Nice. Yeah, well, it's currently 6 o'clock in the evening here on a Tuesday. So it must be 11 o'clock on Monday where you are, just about to flick the day over and come into the same day, Tuesday, that we are. Oh, yeah, pumpin', says James Bond. Good to see James Bond, Hex Token channel member in the house. In fact, you're the first Hex Token channel member in the house there. Now, once again, if you want to support the channel, hit the join button. We've got 3 different types of membership, Pulsakins, Hexkins, and Richard Heart Club. Get in there, folks. We do 2 live streams a day here, so you help support us on this channel doing that. Very exciting. Now, we've got a few little secret sources coming out when PulseChain actually launches. Hold on to your hat there, and you'll find out in due course once we launch. And we're going to talk a bit about the launch timeline a bit later, so stay tuned for that. It's now says, sup people, just dropping in to say good night. Hey, night, it's now. Very cool. I had a little chat with this now earlier in the chat there. Earlier in the day, it was pretty nice to catch up, so big shout out. Hex Huddle says, lunch. Yeah, lunch. Yeah, I want lunch. Sandeep's in the house there from Calcutta, India. Woohoo! Hey, good to see Sandeep. Yeah, let us know in the chat there what country you're from, if you don't mind. Let us know. It's always exciting to see how many countries we've got watching the show. It's awesome stuff. Crypto payers in house there caught you live. Sweet. Excellent. Good times. Party on. That's pretty cool. Muzz in house there. Inflation to the moon. Unfortunately, yeah, inflation's definitely going to be a lingering problem that's probably going to grow before it gets better. There's my sweet latte there. I actually had a latte for the first live stream, but I hardly drank any of it. Was that funny? That's pretty funny. I was just so engaged with the live chat. Who else we got in the house there? I saw a red dot on a trailer that looked like the one at the shop. Have a good night. It's excellent choice. And Katie's in the house there. Woohoo! Hey, good to see you, Katie. Crypto pay down under. Yeah, a good old, what's down under? I guess New Zealand and Australia are down under. Maybe a couple of the Pacific Islands, you might say that, but generally it's just referred to Australia and New Zealand. You might possibly include Tonga, Samoa, Niue. They're quite high up, but you possibly could include them. Actually, I haven't actually thought about that. Lights beneath them there. Hello, how are you all today? Very, very good. And here's the ultimate strategy. Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLS Hex for the win. Absolutely, we're going to be talking about that today. That is our topic. Richard Hart is bullish on PulseChain. Go figure. He's the founder of PulseChain, but he's super bullish on it. And of course, you're going to find out some of the PulseChain magic Pumpamentals during today's live stream. If you're new to PulseChain, let's definitely stay tuned for that. CJ's in the house there. I'm in California, as we say, California. CJ's in the house from California, Crypto CJ, GJ. Mr. Froz from India as well. Good morning, sir. A big shout out to Mr. Froz in Calcutta, India. Hey, we've got Mr. Chowdhury and Mr. Froz in the house there from Calcutta, India. Big shout out to both of you. Spread the word in India. That's what we say. Spread the word about PulseChain. Hex, of course, in India. Go for gold with that one. The Crypto Pays in the house there with the Australian flag. Love that CP. And who else there? PulseX. Can you tell when PLS mainnet launched? We're going to talk about that. Obviously, don't have any definitive date, but we're going to do a few. We're going to talk about where we're up to at this stage. It's probably the best way of looking at it. Good Arvo 2 says Get Hex. Good to see you, Get Hex. Another Australian flag from Brenton. We've got a few Aussies in the chat there, all from down under. Get out down under, like Nick Dundee from what's that movie? I haven't a clue what that movie is, but Nick Dundee, was that the movie? I don't know. DB Cooper in the house there. Woohoo! It's good to see DB. And Faraz says PulseChain very bullish, sir. I agree with you, Mr. Faraz. More patience required, but it's definitely bullish. Pulse Bay's in the house there. What's up, Superman? Okay, good to see you, Super. Very, very exciting there. HP's in the house as well. Hello, everyone. Hex Token, as always, we're rocking 2 live streams a day. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like, hit the bell. And of course, if you've been watching it for a while, consider joining as a member. Hit the join button. PulseChain, Hexkins, Richard Hart Club. We've got 3 cool clubs for sure. RDM's in the house too. How we doing? Good to see you, RDM. And I think RDM, it's been a little while since you've been in the chat. Can't remember now. I think so. Get Hex with the kangaroos. I get Hex from Australia with the kangies, or good old kangies, as we say, the kangies. And Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, Crocodile Dundee. That was it. Crocodile Dundee. It was a good movie, man. You call that a knife? This is a knife, mate. You call that a knife? This is a knife, mate. What happens? How can you contend with somebody that lives in the outback? You know, I mean, the outback's probably one of the harshest places on planet Earth, if not the harshest. If you grow up there, I guess you've got to be pretty skilled, right? Pretty skilled to be living in the outback. Smash the likes, people. See CP. Absolutely. Let's get into it. So PulseChain. Richard Hart is bullish on PulseChain. He is the founder of PulseChain, but he is about to change the game in crypto. And so you guys are here at the right time learning about it. It's going to be amazing when it does come out. Now, we're going to look at some of the key goals of PulseChain, and then we're going to have a little discussion about some of those. I hope you enjoy that. Hold on to your hats. It's going to be a lot of fun. So everyone that's on Ethereum knows that gas fees are high. You often have failed transactions. It can be slow and sluggish. And, of course, a lot of projects have struggled or outright failed, not due to the projects, but just due to the fees being too high. We see NFT projects that have issuances and the gas fees. People will pay 1 Ethereum in gas fees. It's like $2,000 or more just to get the NFT and pay the gas fee there. So you see some pretty crazy stuff there with Ethereum. So what's best for a solution? You need a low cost solution. And of course, this is where Richard Hart has come in with the genius. Hold on for your hats. It's going to be some pretty good magic gamification here that's going to change the game in crypto. You watch the space on this one. It's going to be pretty cool. So obviously, to deal with Ethereum fees, PulseChain is going to be launching and also being able to share the load on Ethereum. So it's going to be very good for the volume for Ethereum. It's going to enrich Ethereum users. PulseChain will re-enable priced out use cases. This is a very big deal, particularly for metaverses, staking programs, anything project that uses the S-load function, which is the storage function on Ethereum, is highly priced. So that's going to particularly help with those. Instead of launching empty, of course, PulseChain will bring the Ethereum system state. So maybe things comparable, chains that forked Ethereum before, like Binance Smart Chain, those sort of things. They, are relatively empty when they start. And of course, PulseChain will be coming with the whole Ethereum system state. So it's really, really cool. But it's more than that. It's not just the system state that's coming. So everything, you're going to have your keys to your coins. You're going to have pretty much a copy of your coins on PulseChain. They're going to be called PRCs rather than ERCs, whether there's ERC 20, ERC 20s or ERC 721s, 1155s, whatever. They're all going to be coming over. But it's not just that. Richard Hart has actually got his devs actually improving the code. If you think about it, it's going to be moving to a full proof of stake. And of course, that code is all new, and currently it's being pulled out at the moment and rewritten. And of course, it's going to make it super fast and super cheap, and future-proof it in the future. And of course, it is really front-running the ETH 2.0, and not just the upgrade that's expected maybe in August, but also some of the sharding that's going to come up after that, which is actually expected to lower the costs and increase the transactions per second on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's going to be absolutely groundbreaking, but that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning of PulseChain. It really is incredible. So we're going to talk about the rest of the cool features and benefits that are coming with PulseChain. So it's a system state fork, but it's also going to be improved and upgraded to full proof of stake. So it's pretty amazing. Not only that, but not only forking Ethereum, but all of Ethereum holders are the ones that will directly benefit, because it will reward the holders and founders of Ethereum-based projects, because they're the ones getting the copy, right? If you've got a ERC20 in your wallet on Ethereum, you'll be getting a copy on PulseChain. So you get rewarded. So it's pretty neat. Like, that's a win-win. It's pretty cool. The launch of PulseChain is the largest airdrop in crypto history. It's probably the one things that you want to remember. So it's the biggest fork in system state fork. It's the first full system state fork of Ethereum. It's going to be the largest crypto airdrop in crypto history, which is amazing. Thousands of Ethereum-based tokens and NFTs will receive their free PulseChain versions. So at the moment, there's over half a million ERC20s over on Ethereum, and of course, that's all getting copied over to PulseChain as PRC20s. All the 721s are getting copied over, and all the 1155s, etc., getting copied over. Even some of the older tokens as well. So it's pretty amazing. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, to be honest. This new gold rush contains the value discovery of thousands of tokens and NFTs on PulseChain. Let's not underestimate that as a huge thing. It gives you an opportunity to get a lot of tokens that you think are going to do well on PulseChain, because remember, we're going to look at the other features soon coming up, but it's going to be superior to Ethereum. So hold on to your hat for that. And of course, people will price up those tokens. Projects will look at PulseChain and go, wow, this is going to reinvigorate our project, as opposed to Ethereum, where it's very expensive and very the time of day, time of the week can really impact the volume of traffic on any project over there. So it's going to be really cool on PulseChain. If you wanted to be a whale and send ERC20s or NFTs, maybe it can be now. That's very important. So you can actually start to establish yourself as a whale in a particular token on PulseChain. And of course, that gives you a huge economic opportunity and financial incentive. So it's pretty exciting. It's going to be easy to use, of course. All you have to use is your MetaMask wallet or whatever wallet you're going to use. And you just have to add the PulseChain network into the wallet. And of course, then add the contracts for the particular tokens on PulseChain. So PRC20 tokens on PulseChain, import them as you normally would. It's going to be pretty easy to do that. But basically, just add the network, switch over the networks. Pretty easy. Just like you would do for Binance Smart Chain or Polygon Matic, something like that. Very easy to do. Now, obviously, here's one of the big utility benefits. Going to be super fast and super cheap. So lower PulseChain fees and serve more users. PulseChain increases the throughput of Ethereum 4x by using 3-second block times. Now, we may even get much higher performance with some of the upgrades and rewriting codes that's going on at the moment. We'll look forward to that. Obviously, it's going to be proof of stake and not proof of work, so it's friendly on the environment. It's also the native tokens on Ethereum is called ETH. There's ETH. Of course, on PulseChain, it's going to be PLS, and it's going to PLS. ETH has inflation, even with the burning mechanism, has net inflation, whereas Pulse is going to be have zero inflation. And of course, the total issuance of Pulse has been given out what we call a sacrifice phase. And of course, that is going to be the total supplies exist at the beginning, and over time, it's going to just be burned up. So it's completely superior gamification with the tokenomics. Validators will only earn fees, so those are the people that will be confirming the blocks and the transactions on the blockchain. And of course, 25% of the fees are burnt to reduce the circulating supply. Remember, the total amount is at the beginning. We estimate maybe about 131 trillion. And of course, that's going to be burned over time, burn. And of course, that supports longer term price appreciation as well. Now, we only expect this maybe about probably 16.5 trillion all up at the end of the day in public hands. And so that there, it makes it even better in terms of price support as well, having only a fraction of that. The rest of it's held by pretty much the Sacrifice Origin accounts, and of course we expect that to largely be inactive. Cool. The empowered PulseChain holders, PulseChain's native token PLS can be staked and delegated validators, reward the delegators with the largest percentage of fees. As the blockchain fills up, with the blocks getting fuller, with more transactions, more fees will be earned by the validators who confirm the blocks on the blockchain, and of course that more fees will be therefore given to those that are staking their PLS or delegating their PLS with the validators. So it's a really cool system. You also get to support the blockchain as well by being a staker. Pretty exciting. Now there will be a bridge as well, and we're going to have a look at that later on. That is working already on testnet. So all the stuff is already working on testnet. We're going to check all that out, and of course you'll be able to trade as well. There's going to be a major trading, PulseX, which is going to be major for trading. There will be other AMMs out there as well, but this is going to be the one with a bit of magic in it, because it has a specific mechanism at the beginning, which will set up the big PulseX and potentially be the biggest yield farming in crypto history. So the four big takeaways are that it's going to be the first system state copy of Ethereum. The second one is that it's potentially the biggest airdrop in crypto history, potentially the biggest yield farming in crypto history. And of course, with the bridge, this is the magic source. This is the magic source. And of course, when the bridge opens up, it means that ERC20s will be able to be bridged over from Ethereum over to PulseChain. And of course, they will set up what we call bridge liquidity pairs. And of course, the valuation of the chain will really be spurred on with the US dollar backing. It's going to be pretty amazing. But we do have a native token coming that's going to be an incredible stable coin with a liquid loans, which is going to be a fork of Liquidity. I should say. So Liquidity has a stable on Ethereum, LUSD, and of course, if you look at the moment, LUSD is performing incredibly well. And of course, with all the issues around Celsius and Terra Luna and all those sort of things causing issues, that has moved funds. Funds have moved towards the stronger part of crypto, and one of those beneficiaries is LUSD of Liquidity. And of course, running above peg of $1. And of course, the platform's returns have really skyrocketed since all these issues. So money tends to go towards the strong, solid projects in crypto. And we can see the beneficiary being Liquidity at the moment. So it's pretty powerful. The other thing, of course, we're going to have liquid loans. Going to be a fork of Liquidity, and of course, it's going to have an advantage over Liquidity as well. In fact, it's going to be launching after PulseChain launches, maybe 4 to 8 weeks later, and of course, it will be able to start with the chain at the beginning of time. So it's going to be awesome. It also has a professional marketing team and a professional team that are building a lot of stuff onto PulseChain in terms of utility. So it's going to be really exciting to see that play out. So. This is looking amazing. PulseChain, it's got superior tokenomics as well. Remember, the Pulse tokens are at the beginning, the deflation over time. So everything is superior. And of course, a native stable coin that is not backed by its own token, but actually backed by the PLS native token, giving the strongest type of a native stable coin that you need for DeFi and to flourish on DeFi. So pretty magic stuff, folks. Those are some of the key things that are going to be incredible on PulseChain, but there's much more involved as well. So there's already over 80 projects that are already innovating on PulseChain. A lot of those have profit sharing on them too. So you own the ownership token, you have a profit share. A good amount of them are actually interoperable or interacting with the PulseChain Pulse token. Also, some of them with the PulseX token as well. So there's going to be some incredible interlocking economic financial flows amongst the projects that are built on top of PulseChain. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty exciting. So let's have a quick look at the testnet. Testnet at the moment is running on a version 2B. And of course, this is the third testnet. It's just been running for just over 3 months now. And so it's been ticking away there. You can see over 1.5 billion transactions on at the moment, almost 17 million blocks. Now, there is a V3 a testnet that's running privately with the devs. That has probably been running for a little while now, and of course that is pretty much being tested with I guess the new code as well. There may be a new testnet, we don't know, we'll find out. Normally, when you rewrite the code, normally you're going to probably do a new testnet. So we'll see where they run that privately as well. So the few unanswered questions here, but it's ticking along at the moment on the testnet there. So you can see PulseChain is coming. It's coming. And of course, what else we got there? Let me just jump out of here. We've got the GitLab at the moment. This is where the devs play. We don't see really any updates on the public folders, but they have private folders sitting in behind. We don't see that until they're ready to push that forward into the public sphere. So these are the latest updates on the testnet one that we just saw, which is for this file here, the Explorer there. We've also got the PulseChain validators. They're all ticking away. So we've got 33 validators are going to be chosen for this supporting the blockchain. And this is who you'll be able to stake with. So you can get a Pulse, which is a native token of PulseChain, and then stake it with any of these projects. So it's going to be pretty neat. You can see at the top one here is David Feder's one. And of course, so far it's earned 102 test pulse, which is pretty small. But obviously there's not a lot of volume going through the testnet at the moment. And of course, when the actual live chain goes, obviously transactions will start swamping in with all those projects that we talked about, with all the copies of copied over from Ethereum to PulseChain, and all the projects coming over that want to support that. There'll be lots of ones coming out of the woodwork all over the place, and the blocks will slowly start getting filled up. And of course, these rewards will go up over time. So it's going to be fun to see that as well. So there's going to be lots of different validators you can stake your Pulse with. And of course, many people will be after Pulse because a lot of people don't have Pulse. Like I say, it got given out in the sacrifice phase between last year, 15th of July last year, and the 4th of April, I think it was 3rd of April, something like that. So this year. So that's pretty much it. A lot of people will be after the native token. So you can imagine what's going to happen to the demand equation for PulseChain. With the Pulse token, everyone's going to be wanting it. And of course, everyone's going to need some for some transactions, that's for sure. But you should be able to do probably over 1,000 transactions, at least maybe 1,300 or some people got some numbers to start off with. Maybe that will go down over time as the chain gets fuller and fuller. But like I say, they're rewriting a lot of the code at the moment, probably going to give us some pretty cool enhancements there for PulseChain. So exciting to see that. The other thing, of course, is we've got PulseX, which is like Uniswap or PancakeSwap. It's got all the enhancements of PancakeSwap. It is a fork of the PancakeSwap interface there. You can see we've got trade there with exchange, so you can trade stuff on the PulseChain. This is what's going to help price the market up from zero. So all the copies on PulseChain start from zero, and the AMM bot is going to run automatic make it bot. Man, I always get tongue-tied with that. Tongue-tied? I don't know. Automatic AMM. I just like rather saying AMM. It's not easier than running the numbers. But that's going to be basically setting up all these trading pairs, and it's going to be fun to see that. And then on top of that, we're going to have people set up their own trading pairs. And then on top of that, we're going to have the bridge open up, and then we're going to have bridge pairs coming in as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see that play out. So people are able to buy and sell tokens. They're going to be able to price it up as well. You can imagine the AMM bots a bit like the first trade ever made. Is kind of like the AMM bot there. And then, of course, we're going to have liquidity. You can be able to provide liquidity and become a yield farmer. Obviously, you can earn fees there. So 0.22% of the fees is going to be in play. So it's going to be pretty attractive. Which is the fees going to be about 0.29%. And, of course, of that amount, 76% is going to go to yield farmers, liquidity providers, and which is about 0.22 percentage points. And of course, to be able to get that on the fee of every single trade in proportion to the amount of liquidity they provide to the liquidity pool. So you can provide, a Pulse, you can provide PulseX, and of course you can get a share of the fees there, as you can see 0.22, and get into liquidity. What you do if you do yield farming, obviously there's an issue around impermanent losses, but you can take your ownership tokens, the LP tokens that you get, and earn a secondary fee, which actually is pretty lucrative, generally speaking. And you just go to the farms and you can then farm that in the pool here. You can see that I've got almost 100 million PLSX, PLS, LP tokens that I got for providing liquidity. And of course, it's worth over $500,000 here on the testnet. Remember, these numbers are all fictional. Just remain that this is just a testnet. But of course, I've earned 54.792 incentive tokens there. And that's almost $4,000 based on this math at the moment. The API was actually about 60-70%. It's down to 53%. Just remember that as more and more people go in, the APRs can drop quite a bit. The annual percentage returns is APR as well. There's currently $1.2 billion of liquidity in that pool at the moment. So, and of course, you can just click harvest and harvest that income, and everyone's after passive income, right? So we've done polls on this channel. The majority of people are after the passive income opportunities on PulseChain and, of course, PulseX ecosystem. So it's going to be pretty powerful stuff there as well. We've also covered many of the 80 projects or so that are known that we have been covering. Probably a good at least 30 of those we've covered on this channel. And so, you know, it's pretty amazing there. So I've just harvested those passive incomes, and they're going to my wallet, which is pretty cool. And of course, you can see that in my wallet here under assets here, you can see that I've just harvested those incentive tokens, 54 of them. That's pretty cool. We're going to come back later in the live stream and then add that to the liquidity market because it's going to be pretty cool. On top of that, of course, we've got the PulseChain bridge, and this is the magic. This is the real big magic. And of course, people are going to want to come over, participate on PulseChain. It's going to be super fast, super cheap. You're going to own the keys to your coin as it is a layer 1, and it's not just any layer 1. It is a first system stake fork of Ethereum. It is like Ethereum the way you want Ethereum to be, and it's going to have everything owned there. And then, of course, everything gets priced up from zero. It gives you the financial opportunity of a lifetime to be an early Genesis holder on PulseChain. You couldn't ask for anything more. The other thing, of course, Ethereum is a battle-tested network. And of course, we've seen all of these new networks start up, and many of them have different protocols. And of course, a lot of those have been shown up to have a lot of flaws. The coders have to keep patching them up, and all sorts of stuff happening over there. So this is the battle-hardened testnet of Ethereum, and of course, the market values Ethereum accordingly for that. So pretty exciting to see that. And PulseChain is going to have the benefits. Got everything, all that best economics, that tokenomics that we've seen over the last bull market. The best of the best has been incorporated into PulseChain, and of course, on top of that, it is based on the battle-hardened tested network of Ethereum. So sweet. Not just that though. Richard Hart's team is looking to upgrade the validator code, and of course, future-proof it, make it more powerful as well. So it's pretty cool, like from that point of view. So the bridge is going to be pretty incredible. Being able to pair over ERC20s and PRC20s together, it's going to be absolutely fundamental. And of course, as soon as the stable coins start flooding through the pools, you get a lot of that US dollar value as well. But that said, like I said, Liquid Loans will be providing a native stable coin in the form of USDL, and I think that's going to become a key pivotal stable coin for valuing a lot of the projects on PulseChain. Fiat, which is a fork of Aave, is going to be on PulseChain. That's one of those 80 projects that we're talking about. It is a key project in the sense that they will also be accepting USDL, they have said. So that's what they've indicated. USDL will be in there as well, so people will be able to deposit tokens and then borrow tokens on that platform. And one of them will be USDL, so it's very exciting. Obviously, Pulse will be on there. PLSX, the native token for PulseX, will also be there. Now, PulseX, the native tokens, also the total supply was also given out in the sacrifice, and that has an even more powerful buy and burn. And of course, we're expecting amazing things from that. Possibly the first super DEX to be challenging the value of the native chain. So hold on to your hats for that, because every $1 billion of volume that goes through there, around about 700,000 US dollars is going to go to buy and burn. So not just the burn, but buying the token and then burning it. And of course, that's going to be via public callable function as well. We can actually see that on the testnet here, where we can see the burn totals at the moment on testnet, just based on these fictional numbers, is 52 billion already has been burned in the supply. We're expecting the supply to be in the public at around about 17 billion or so. 17 trillion or so to be at the total supply at the beginning in the public. Maybe about 121 trillion all up with the origin accounts, and of course burn over time with this. So it's going to be pretty amazing. The first couple of years, the burn will be quite incredible, especially as the price is lower. As it ramps up, obviously that will curve off. Offset only by larger volumes trading through the PulseX. But could PulseX be the first super DEX, and of course also challenge the centralized exchanges as well? In terms of volume, particularly Binance. Imagine if it gets a good part of Binance market share over time. Obviously, we're not expecting that straight away, but as time grows and the profile of PulseChain and PulseX grows, all the projects that are going on PulseChain, everyone works out how amazing it all is. You could see some pretty incredible things. We see some very basic chains get priced up very well and they don't have anything of what PulseChain and PulseX and the rest of the ecosystem has. So stay tuned for that. We just heard from what have we heard from Rack and Michelle from Overwatch, one of the big venture capital firms, and also a big holder in Hex, as well as the leading sacrifices on PulseChain and PulseX. Talk about they're just finishing off an exchange at the moment, also with fiat connections, fiat on-ramp type of deals there. So we're looking forward to that sort of stuff play out. There are many projects coming that will be adding a lot of value to PulseChain. So the market's going to quickly turn. The market is looking for that light on the hill to be shining. And of course, after so many bad things, so many top projects falling in the current bear market, like Terra Luna, like Celsius, people are looking for that next big thing. But they don't want just any big thing. They want something that's going to last, something that is superior. And of course, PulseChain, PulseX look like they've got all the characteristics and Pumpamentals to make that happen. So you can see why Richard Hart is super bullish on PulseChain. We have to have a bit more patience though, as we wait for PulseChain devs to do their thing and get it over the line for going mainnet, going live. So stay tuned for that. Now, if you want to get obviously position, a good way of doing it is to get assets on Ethereum and get ready for PulseChain launch. You'll get that copied over prior to the fork of PulseChain of Ethereum for PulseChain. So that's a way of getting it. You don't have to do anything else. You just have to have assets on Ethereum, and you'll get them copied over. So it's pretty neat like that. It's a dream come true, really. Don't you love crypto? I love crypto because it's pretty magical from that point of view. Now, obviously, crypto does go through bull markets and bear markets, and we're in a bear market at the moment. So the timing of the launch will probably be pretty pivotal too. Richard will be looking at the best time, and of course, the market has pulled back quite a bit. Maybe there's a little bit more to go, and maybe we'll get that timing just perfect. Richard has a knack of doing very well with calling the tops and bottoms, and of course, launching at the right time as well. So stay tuned for that. Watch that Richard Hart magic play out. So that's pretty exciting. Let us get into. We're just going to jump over to. Just trying to think where I was going here. We're just going to go to Twitter now and have a look at some of the updates from Richard Hart, the founder. So Richard Hart on Twitter there. It's got 234,000 followers on Twitter and about 140,000, I think, on YouTube. So pretty exciting. We're going to go to our bookmarks here and go all the way down to the very beginning and have a look at some of the last updates about timing of PulseChain. Obviously, that's on top of everyone's minds. But one thing that the PulseChain and Hex community do have is proof of wait. We are very good at waiting for things as it were. So it's just part of our culture now. PulseChain update 23rd of May. The validator rotation, slashing, and delegating code has been mostly rewritten and partially implemented within native Go. Outside the EVM, that's not in Solidity, for a much higher throughput. So there we are. It's going to be Ethereum on steroids. And of course, it's going to be a lot of fun to see that play out. Now, this means that PulseChain is getting faster. It's getting safer and more powerful. And I love that because it's going to be future-proofing PulseChain as well and extending its life as well. Obviously, when blockchains get filled up over time, they start to exhibit obviously higher fees as any congestion network does. So just taking that into account, and obviously time. PulseChain will not be launching in May, so that was just an update about May. We'll keep that outrage marketing. So obviously Richard Hart is famous for his marketing, and he's getting out and about there every single day marketing. And by the way, some people on the 23rd like the idea of launching at the bottom of a bear market. So for those people, they probably love the delays. So there were a certain amount of the market participants calling for launching at the bottom of the bear market. Obviously, we were about halfway through. And of course, the last couple of weeks, we've had particular retrace. So a lot of people have been looking forward to that. On the June the 4th, PulseChain update for non-English speakers. It is still being programmed, validator rotation. So by the June the 4th there, it's still being reprogrammed. That's our latest update on that. We know that after things get rewritten, and of course, we've realized that the validator code there, rotation, slashing, and delegating code was being rewritten. It was mostly written back on the 23rd. It was still, from the looks of it, being rewritten on the 4th of June there. And of course, after you do rewrite the code, you got to test it, right? You got to test it, and you got to work out the edge cases and all that sort of stuff. So there's probably a bit more work to do from that. We're currently in the 20th of June or 21st of June, so we're a couple of weeks away from after this now. So no doubt things are continuing to progress as well. So that was pretty much the last updates from Richard Hart there. So we're going to be pretty patient with that as well. And of course, Richard Hart's been doing lots of marketing around profile marketing as well. So pretty exciting to see that play out. So lots in store. Just be patient. PulseChain will be coming. Find out as much as you can is what I would suggest to you is the way to go with that. It's going to be exciting to see. All right, so that's pretty much it. That is Richard Hart is bullish on PulseChain because he's just continuing to work it out there, and he's made the ultimate gamification for it. Be patient, everybody. It will come, and get yourself ready. Get your positions ready when it comes. It's going to be certainly exciting. So those are some of the awesome Pumpamentals that are going to be playing out. There's much more. Stay tuned on this channel, and you'll find out a lot more of those over time as well. All right, so I'm excited. Let's get rid of it. If you haven't gotten to Discord, of course, hit the link in the video description below and join our Discord. We've got It's Now in there as well. It does a great job onboarding people. Fat Sammy's in there too, going to be helping It's Now with this onboarding as well. And there's a major announcement coming out today from Fat Sammy and It's Now. They'll be hosting a general voice chat session tomorrow at 23 UTC time and on the 25th of June. So if you want to participate in that, I do recommend. This is the first time we've had one of these general voice sessions. So all you have to do is join the general voice chat over here under general chat RH tokens. And of course, see the general voice chat room on the side left bar. So that's over here. You can ask basic questions or more advanced ones that you might have about anything to do with Hex, PLS, or PLXX. We will try to help everybody. If you're new, stop by just to say hi and listen. So you can just listen there. You don't have to ask any questions, or you can ask a question if you have something on your mind that you need help with. If you are old, in other words, if you've been in crypto for a while, you know a lot of the ropes, you can jump in to help out, of course. Maybe you know something that is a right answer for somebody that's been asked. Make sure you have your headset up, and of course, It's Now is going to be there too. So definitely get into that. It's the first one. I think it's very exciting. This is what this community is about. Hex Token YouTube. There's a syndicated Discord specializing in PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex on the Discord, which we felt was completely underrepresented there. Obviously, pretty good presence on Twitter and on Reddit, on Telegram. But of course, we're trying to get the word out on Discord too, one of the big crypto community platforms. And of course, a lot of NFT platforms on this platform as well. So getting the word out there too. So definitely get in there. Good information, good community. That's really the heart of the platform. So get on that one. We just crossed over 500 members as well, heading up towards 550. So come join us. It'll be a lot of fun for sure. Now, that's pretty much it. Let's get back into the chart there. We're going to pull up a few, all the links, most of the links to these, what I've been showing on the sites are in the video description. You can find Hex, PulseChain, PulseX links there. And of course, if you want more, you can come onto Discord and click on useful links. You'll find a whole ton of links to the PulseChain and PulseX and Hex ecosystem here. Really is a great resource. On top of that, of course, you want to look at a lot of the projects, PulseChain projects that are going on PulseChain. Check out new token links down here under PulseChain projects. And of course, you get a big fine list of these links. And of course, they don't have dead ends. They've all been tested. So you can get into that as well. Check those out. So very cool. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm feeling pumped. We've got to be patient though. Code does take a while. And of course, Richard Hart will most likely launch at the most optimum time. This is one of his giftings, is a good calling on timing. So we'll look forward to that. All right, let's get into it. We're going to pull up the price as well. We're going to pull up the market prices. Have a look at where the market's at the moment. So let's pull up Hex. We're going to pull up a couple of the other charts as well, quad charts. We're going to pull up the market prices as well. So let's get out of there. One thing we are going to do is we're going to pull up the latest one for, I don't know why that one's not working there. So we'll have to pull it up. Let's go to the quad charts there. Pull that up, and we're going to pull up waiting for it to render. In the meantime, we're going to watch a little video while I get all that set up. Let us watch a video of Richard Hart making the calls, the good calls. I think that's pretty cool. This is part number 6, by the way, in a 7-part series now. And it's moving forward in time, chronologically in time, of how Richard Hart makes the good calls. So PulseChain is certainly going to be most likely going live at the most optimum time. You watch it; it's going to be fun, lots of fun. So let me just pull up part number 6. And of course, we got up to February, March. I think this must be April now. So let's check it out. I haven't watched it myself. We're going to watch it together. Hope you enjoy it. It's about 6 minutes long. So let's take care on this one.
Point top on the day 11 months ago. Who else called the top on the day? Nobody. I called the top on the day, and it's been in profit every single day except one. It's a little tiny day where it made a little Judas candle, got everybody long, a fake breakout, and then went straight down. Dropped 55% after that little fake out candle. What else? Yeah, call the tops on the day for free. Free YouTube, youtube.com/Richard Hart, you name it. We're just living the dream out here. You know, we're doing everything better, and people are starting to figure it out. They're starting to go like, oh, wow, those guys are really killing it. Big Simp 69 asks, have I ever called the Bitcoin top? Yes, I have. More than once. I believe in the 85% dip. It happens, and I've been through many of them, and people just don't think they're possible. New paradigm. You're like, yeah, new paradigm? Wrong. You guys, the noobs, bought the top, and who's going to buy after you? So, you know, he takes his stable coins that he had and swaps them for Bitcoin, and then his peg gets attacked by a bunch of people selling the UST for other stuff, and then he has to defend the peg. So he bought it like 48 and sold it like 36, and so now he just has less reserves left. And so you cannot make the backing of a stablecoin stronger by getting wrecked trading. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
And it's very like, hey guys, the world's richest guy in the world just bought. It's even legal in some countries. We're early. No, you're not early. You're late. You guys are the last to buy. I bought and mined for free at 50 cents. I bought at 30 and then got wrecked and it went down to 2, but I didn't sell, so yay. But like, you know, it's just, they're stupid. Like Michael Saylor said Bitcoin was going to fail in 2013 and hasn't deleted the tweet, just like Online Gaming did. I had huge bags of Bitcoin, and then now he's wrecked. He's almost underwater. His average cost basis, I believe, is 31,000. He was underwater yesterday, underwater with other people's money and underwater with leverage. He took on leverage to get long at 46 or 48. He took on leverage. He encumbered his Bitcoin that he has to get more Bitcoin at a higher price, and now he gets liquidated at 21K. And I think the price will go down to 11K.
Do you think he took out collateralized loans?
Yeah, he bragged about it. He tweeted about it and bragged about it. You know, he took on 200 million of leverage from Silvergate Bank with a Bitcoin collateralized loan, and it's just reflexivity. So now, instead of never having to get liquidated, now you've got a leverage position. And what are the 3 ways smart people go broke? Liquor, ladies, leverage.
Yeah. So once again, Richard Hart doing victory laps. Call top on the day. Bitcoin, told you 27 days later, Ethereum, it did the same. Told you don't pick up pennies in front of freight trains. Withdraw your money, not your keys, not your coins. Celsius stops withdrawals today. Celsius is down 99%. I can't be more right. I'm always right. It's like, it just sucks that the things I'm right about are things that are getting, people are just choosing to get themselves wrecked. I know. What else I can do for you? You know, it's crazy. Can you call the bottom? Well, man, I think 11K is the Bitcoin bottom. Let's see when we get there, right? I like how everyone now is trying to pretend they're me, pretend they call the top, pretend, 11, like, no, my idea. I did it when no one else would do it. When Mashinsky was on Kitco telling you about New Moon, I was telling you, hey, it's over.
I called the 20K top on the day.
Mm-hmm.
I called the 65K top on the day, and really the 69K top was fake. It was only there for like a small amount of time. It went straight down. So, and then I was like sad because I used to shill Bitcoin all day long. I was sad that I couldn't do that anymore because I knew it was wrecked, and I called the bear market. And so that video of me getting teared up at 8,500, the fucking price went down to 3,000. So should I feel bad about tearing up at a 3 times higher price and letting everybody else know the shit was wrecked and dead? No, I should feel fucking great. I called the top. I told you the bear market was over. I was 100% right. And if you look at my track history, I'm just fucking right about everything. Like, you give your coins to someone else to try and make yield. You lose all your money. Everybody lost all their money in cred. Now, everybody seems to be losing all their money in Celsius because no one can take it out. It's fractionally reserved. They're fucked. Everybody's fucked because cryptocurrency was invented to get rid of middlemen, and people love to give their keys up and inject middlemen, do the opposite of why crypto was invented. They lose all their money. I was right about Celsius. I was right about the Bitcoin price. I'm right all the time, and I do it for free. I just give you this information that I could sell for millions of dollars for free because I'm a nice guy.
Like, to be fair, Richard, I don't even think it was a bad moment. because I think that moment was very pure and very vulnerable. And I think you shared like your journey throughout, like getting now where you are. And I think looking back at it, I just kind of like want to determine like what was the moment where you were like, okay, I'm stopping this investing in Bitcoin and in this bull market.
Changed. I mean, everything changes. Like tops get found. Like people are like, oh, you were bullish in November of 2017. You're like, yeah. And then the price went up. And then when the price, right before the price started going down, I called it. Like people are so dumb that don't update their worldview. Ethereum used to suck. It used to only have scams on it. Then it kicked ass. And now it's too expensive and too full. So I have to launch a new thing called PulseChain. So, you know, like you have to update your worldview. Technology is a constantly evolving process. And if you don't update your worldview, you're just going to get left behind. And written right there on the website, it says, you must have no expectation of profit from the work of others.
So a big shout out to Robbie Davidson. He's been making this series. A big shout out to him. He's a big X-kin in the X community. And man, they're really good edits of how Richard's made the right calls. And of course, we can expect that to roll into PulseChain launch. And I'm excited about that. So very, very cool. All right. So big shout out. There we are. We got the checks charts up. Let's get through some of the comments here first. We've got Pulse Beta says, I used to work with a bloke called Crocodile Done Did It. He knew everything and had done anything, says Pulse Beta. Brennan says, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Absolutely. That's not a knife. This is a knife, mate. Something like that. Somewhere like that. We got a few other comments in there as well. What's up, ladies? And Hexkin says, Lal, hey, good to see you, Lal. And a Mixed Crypto Art says, can't wait for PulseChain. Me too, man. I cannot wait as well. Jonathan Kapala in the house there. Suitman is always giving knowledge. Here's the definition of consistency and art. Lover spirit. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Big Instagram model love out to you for sure. Brendan says, don't forget the proof of twerk. Yeah, we won't be doing proof. I'm not doing proof of twerk, but there is proof of twerk. K4K did a summary video of proof of twerk there. You want to go check that out. Twerk it to work, it says it's now. No, that's true. What's up, Hexkins? Tin Top in the house. What's up, Tin Top? Good to see you in the house, man. And Jonathan says, you are the man. It's now, but you already know that. Yes, now does an amazing job in the community. We appreciate everything he does. Over 60 people, I think, is onboarded now. So super community member there. Tin Top in the house there. Woohoo! Hey, Tin Top. Great Whites in the house as well. Hex Token channel member also smashing out the emojis. Tin Top says, when testing version 3.75, sir? Yeah, well, who knows? We will find out in due course there. We will find out in due course. That is coming next week, says no, yeah. Next week, New Zealand time, that is. Yeah, so it's always going to be a day ahead of the rest of you, probably just about. Life changes in the house there. Smash the likes and my head waiting for a launch. Yeah. You just got to be patient. Everyone is wanting, obviously, PulseChain to launch. The majority of our polling says that people are after passive income. So obviously, there's a few people that just want to, buy and sell and trade and lots of stuff. But there is a lot of people looking for passive income. A big majority of the projects going on PulseChain are passive income projects. So that DeFi is looking to flourish. GameFi, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of GameFi on PulseChain too, as well as all the NFT. We've got 5 native marketplaces for NFTs coming on, and of course doesn't exclude all the other operators that many of those will likely come on to PulseChain as well. I suspect we're going to have some pretty incredible NFT competition on the marketplace space there, so it's going to be fun to watch for sure. Snana says, I think that is last week out time now. Yeah. Sandra's in the house. Hey, Sandra. Hey, fam. Good to see Sandra in the house. SAC balance is looking good, says Brennan. Yeah, there's a new SAC balance out there. Do check it. So I think it's the 19th of June, isn't it? I put that on the community tab here on Hex Token channel. Check the community tab if you want the link to check your balances. Always good to check the last ones just to make sure that nothing's gone awry. Most people have been telling me it looks really, really good, so you shouldn't have too much of an issue. Don't think I can stay awake much longer. Have a good night. Excellent choice. Hey, sleep well. Excellent choice. We'll see you on the other side. And Sandra Larson, woohoo! Yeah, get excited, man. Get excited. That's what I say. Good to have Sandra in the house. Katie as well. Hi all. Late to the party again, but here live, says Great White. Hey, it's always better to be here than not here, I would say. EIS is in house there. Bang, bang. Looking good. Hey, EIS, good to see you in house. All right, let's get into the markets at the moment. So actually, Hex, this is on the hourly chart on Hex. we had got up to about just shy of 4 cents in 2 hours in a row there. And we've just managed to just track back here a little bit here with obviously a bit of selling. So we're down at 3.6 cents at the moment. That's where we're kind of at this stage. So that's going to hold off on our EMA what's it, EMA 13-day moving average. I don't think I can open that chart at the moment. Yeah, it's got some server issues there. Not sure what's going on there. I'll have to fix that up for tomorrow's live stream. Can't pull up the daily Hex chart there, but we can see the Hex at 3.6 cents at the moment. We've got Hedron on the right here. That's had a bit of a bit of recovery there. 309. It bottomed out at 175. Now at 309. So it's recovering a bit there. Maxi, of course, 6.5 cents at the moment for Maxi, and the premium on the bottom left here. This is on the daily now. So the daily chart there. So that's the hourly for Hex, the daily for Hedron, and the daily for Maximus is, oh my gosh, this is full screen. This, man, look at this. This is a beautiful chart for sure. This is the premium on Maxi. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. A 77% premium over Hex at the moment. Man, oh man, could you imagine we get a cent and a half on Hex? This thing will blow out, I'm sure. Going to blow out to the upside on 8. We're currently at 80. The yellow lines there are showing us we've kind of got higher lows. So the premium just keeps growing over time. This is a daily candles, by the way. So you can imagine if we get a little Hex pump, maybe a cent and a half, we could see this bust out of the 82% premium range and maybe it start to form a new structure, because at the moment we're kind of in this range here between 82%, 52% premium, albeit that is actually on the upwards uptrend there. So hold on to your hat. Now, obviously, we've got 2 new products coming out in the next couple of months, Base and Team. And of course, to get Team, you need Maxi. Now, these guys are absolutely killing it on the gamification. They're sucking the very lifeblood out of Hex by making it awesome. I kind of rephrased it the wrong way. They're kind of sucking out all the incentives out of Hex contract and pumpamentalizing even more with these Team and Base tokens. So it's going to be amazing. Those who have got onto Maxi have obviously got onto a big winner at chicken dinner. Obviously not investment advice. Everything I say on this channel is my own opinions. Just take that into account. Woohoo! All right, so Max, that's looking really good. Let's have a look at Pulse Dogecoin. Oh, we were actually doing pretty well. We got to $2.50, 51 yesterday. We started off pretty well, but it's actually been selling off today. Probably a little bit like the Hex price was there. This is on the daily candle, by the way. Let's have a look at the hourly. Let's zoom out there. So yeah, we did get up on this candle here, and of course, it's been half a day since then. Slowly been selling off down to $2.09. But you got to remember, this launched at $1. This launched at $1. The low has been 73 cents. That was on day 4, all the way back here on day 4. I'm trying to pull up the actual date, but I got my studio in the way. Yeah, 23rd of April was the low, 73 cents. We had another dip here on the 27th of May, $1.06, which I called and put into Discord, by the way. So if people had picked that up, they would have been absolutely in the money big time. And of course, we've got a green plane, but we're going to have to turn that around and turn it into a red plane now. And of course, Gunther is flying that as the Whale Syndicate is playing out its thing. I think we're down to 43 days to go for the launch phase. So this is the one to watch because it's got a scarcity play. And of course, that means that whales, if they are successful, they could potentially turn this into quite the green candle. We will see. There's still a question mark over that. Can the Whale Syndicate stay together? Will the OA and the BA address at the end of the 100-day launch phase mint tokens and just hodl those? I suspect they will, but who knows? Let me know your thoughts on that. And of course, what will the whales do themselves with this particular asset? I think we had 60% of the poll that we did yesterday said that they thought Pulse Dogecoin would probably move after the launch phase rather than before it. So that seems, I guess, reasonable to me. The whales would probably want to see what the BA and OA address do, perhaps get a bit more certainty, and then wait for the quiet after the launch there, and then suddenly, bam, go for it. If they've got dry powder to do it, which I imagine they probably have. So let's wait and see what they do as well. A lot of question marks there. Nothing is certain in this, but it does have the properties, the foundations to do something special. But of course, we've seen in crypto that can sometimes self-interest can sometimes break that down, right? So let's watch out for that one. Pretty cool. In any case, if you've got a stake on the 20th of April in Hex, You can free claim your PLSD tokens, which is pretty cool. BNB coins, let's have a look at those. Pulse Dodge, the original, is at 0.0055, so just over half a cent. We've got a Pulse P33 is actually performing pretty well now, starting to get a bit of momentum back here at 21 cents. So let's see whether this can do another green candle and start getting back up there. This is on the daily candle. You can see the chart looks pretty steep here. There are a lot of people out of the money on this chart, just like Hedron. There are a lot of people out of the money. This one here was back up at $2.78, even high. The high was $2.48. We're at 21 cents. So just take that into account. This is a speculative play for sure. We've also got Internet Money is also just slowly etching back a little bit there. Internet Money is currently 5.89, so it's just etching back, but really way down, right? You can see that in the chart yourself. I don't have to point that out there. Look at that, way down too. So all these are paired with BNB, wrap BNB, so they obviously move along with BNB. Most of them have been outperforming BNB on the rise, which means that relatively they've strengthened. So that's cool. But of course, the main game is really on the ETH chain as well. So we've been watching these tokens perform, particularly Maxi and Pulse Dodge Coin. Exciting times. All right, let's get a couple more comments. Oh, the comments are dried up. Oh, that's pretty cool. That makes it nice and easy. All right, sweet. Let us jump over to the market. We've got on the yearly channel here on the time frame a year. Did I say channel? Yeah, a yearly time frame is what I meant to say. We got global market cap at 955 billion. And of course, we're down 71% on a year ago. Gives a lot of good context with that. Bitcoin down 39% from a year ago. Ethereum down 41. We got Binance Coin down 22. Cardano down 62. XRP down 49. Solana up 17%. Obviously, Solana the one that's had quite a few issues with their blockchain. Let's pause our blockchain for a moment, shall we? Shall we pause it? Polkadot, of course, 45% down. Dogecoin down 76%. Now, there are obviously issuances of Elon Musk around with the application usages, so we'll watch out for that one very closely. Tron, of course, having a lot of pressure with the USDD token, their stable coin, having to flood hundreds of millions of dollars to try and support that token. Seems like so far they've kind of done it. It's still time to tell. Still time will tell. Obviously Tron there at 6.3 cents. We'll have a look at USDD in a second. We've got Leo there up 160%, doing pretty well, right? Year on year in the context of the bear market. That's pretty good. Avalanche there is at 62% up as well. Hex down 51.63. We were down 60% yesterday, and now we're at 51. And earlier today, I think we were slightly better than that. So 3.6 cents. Obviously, when we were close to 4 cents, we were down. I think we were down 40-something% on yesteryear. So it doesn't take us much to get back up there. Just a bit of buying momentum, and of course we could be back in the green. We've got Shiba down 5% there. What else there? Polygon down 60%, Litecoin down 60%, Chainlink down 60%. 60% seems to be very popular with the decreases there, and a few greens there as well. So pretty cool on that. Hey, it's funny to see Bitcoin Cash way down here, honestly. Bitcoin Cash down at 29, and it's down 75%. Isn't it crazy? It used to be one of the top tokens, and Monero too. Down 42%, still in the top 30, but or 31 there. But some pretty crazy stuff. Uniswap down 73% as well. So some pretty crazy stuff there. Amazing how the markets change over time, right? What is a top coin? But Ethereum is still sitting there at number 2, and of course 140 billion market cap. Bitcoin 404 billion market cap. The next one down is the Binance Smart Chain 36. So will we see PulseChain up here? That's what we expect. We are excited about PulseChain, so definitely look forward to that. All right, a couple more comments in the chat. Let us rhyme. Let's rhyme the chats. Did I get that far back? I'm not sure. Late to the party, says Great White. I think we got up to that one. Actually, no one's made any comment there. I'm almost up to date, unless something's happened to my comments or something. Are my comments updating or not? I'm not sure. My comments are actually updating. Katie, smash those likes. Yeah, I don't see any of that updating on my chat here. So I do apologize. My chat does not seem to be updating for some reason. Let me double check everything. Everything seems okay, but my chat's not updating. Why is that? My chat is not updating. All right, so sorry everybody, my chat's not updating here. Let me know if my audio is okay and the picture is okay, because my studio chat's not updating, which is a bit of a shame. It has gone dead there, so I have to actually answer on this computer. I'm going to post some rockets because that's where I'm up to at the moment. Frozen chat on my one, yeah. All right, cool. Let us jump over to, we're up to an hour on the live stream, pretty good. Let's jump over to PulseX. I wanted to do something on PulseX. Now, you saw me harvest my tokens earlier for the incentive token. That's what I get for yield farming. And so I wanted to finish off our yield. Every couple of days, we're going to be doing PulseX yield farming because we just like to keep talking about PulseX with what you can do. So I got my liquidity. I've got the farms. I've ended up getting my incentive token harvested here. So it's pretty cool. Hey, I've already earned $17 since we've been last harvested, which is pretty cool. I can then go to the exchange. I'm going to buy some Pulse with it as well. So I'm going to get my incentive token and I'm going to buy some Pulse. We're going to hit over 100 million as I think LP tokens. So it's a pretty big deal today. You guys are here live for that. And we're going to swap all our incentive tokens over. So stay tuned for that. In fact, I think I've got that too big there. So we're going to reset that. Good for me, says how I made it. So sound is good, audio is good. Yeah, it's just my studio is not flowing in the information now, so I can't respond to the comments there. Let me just take that off. Not sure why that is. So cool. Let me just hit the token there. Got to accept the confirmation. Bam. All right, so we've swapped those tokens, the incentive tokens. We've got the Pulse, should show up in a second. So when we get the incentive token from yield farm, we're going to reinvest it basically and compound it. So we've got 833,000 Pulse there. We're going to now take that and go to the liquidity and top up our liquidity. We're already providing PulseX and Pulse. We're going to top that up, so we're going to add that in, and we're going to take our Pulse there. We're going to take our PulseX, and we're going to add in our Pulse there. We're going to take away some decimals there just so that we've got some Pulse left. And we're going to end up investing $4,000 of that, and we've still got quite a bit of PulseX left, so we're going to invest that too. We're going to get 0.2% of all trades as a fee, but we're also going to be able to take the LP tokens we get for this. So we're getting 1.5 million LP tokens. We're going to be able to put that into the farming and earn even more rewards on our liquidity providing. Don't you love the yield farming? So it's pretty cool. There's all those comments in the chat, and I'm missing them all. I'm sorry about that. Just the way it is today. Something obviously went awry with the connection there in the studio. So cool. We're waiting for that to confirm. Let's see. We're providing LP liquidity to the pool. Transaction received. Nice. Well done. And of course, we now got out. You saw that we've got less PLX. PLS is gone. And of course, we've got our liquidity provided tokens there in the pool there. Let me just switch that over. I'm going to switch it back to testing it again. Just so that shows you Pulse there. It had the wrong Ethereum there. So we've got 1.5 million Pulse tokens. We're going to take that liquidity LP tokens, go to the farm, and we're going to top up our farming. We're sitting at 99.8 million LP tokens. We're about to go over 100 million for the first time. Very, very cool. Let's add those in. And we're going to click max 1.5 million LP tokens, and we're going to confirm that. Bam. It's going to pull up a ticket on the MetaMask. It's going to be 0.00075 test pulse. So you can do, like I say, probably 1,300 transactions with that kind of fee. It's going to be awesome. So cool. It's got pulling that up, and away we go. And to close that out, hopefully we'll get the update. There we are. We went to 101. Woo-hoo-hoo! 101 LP tokens. 101 million LP tokens. That's a million on there. Big M. 101 million, and of course we're up to $526,000 on the testnet there. We're going to be earning even more there, but of course the APR has actually gone down below 50%. We were up at 60 or 70%, I think. So really we're offsetting the APR a little bit there. This is the way it goes. Now let's jump over to the info, and we're going to have a look at the overall market at the moment. You can see with the volumes on PulseX, not a lot of people aren't playing on there at the moment. Obviously, when mainnet goes live, this will be real. So people will be very serious about the decisions they're making. When it's just, if it's like a testnet, it's a bit like Monopoly game. People are playing around, having a bit of fun, although Monopoly games get a bit more serious. In fact, Monopoly games are far more serious than this testnet at the moment because people do get a bit more serious around the the monopoly. As I always say, be careful of all those who put their hand up to be the banker. Watch those guys when you're playing Monopoly, because there could be a little bit of feeding themselves with the bank there. All right, cool. All right, so we've got the old volumes down here, pretty relatively low. Remember, if I said that if we were up at the billion mark here for way back here, you're looking at about $1 billion to about $700,000 US dollar buy and burn a day. Yeah, that's what I said. So pretty incredible stuff there. So stuff we're looking out for. Now we're going to look at the top prices here. Pulse is now down at 0047. And of course, we've got Hex up at $2.24. We'd all love a Hex price at $2.24. Put your hand up. Put your hand up for that. I'm sure everyone in the chat there's putting their hand up. Have a look at that. So pretty funny. What else we got? Pulse X is at 0014, down 1% there. So pretty modest. Obviously, if that goes up dramatically, you'll see the value of the liquidity that are provided go up a lot. But obviously, this is a good example because we actually had about 900 million, I think about $930 million worth of liquidity. That's now $526,000. So it's gone. We've down about $400,000 on the impairment losses at the moment. So just a good example that you need to understand impairment losses. Typically, if trading pairs move together, you should be fine. But of course, even stable coins can be undone. If like the Terra Luna, for example, if that side crashes, then that's all going to be sold off, and all the good stuff, the good pairing, the good stable coin, for example, USDC, would all be taken out, if you get my point. So even stable pairings can have issues as well under those certain circumstances. But like I say, always go for the exogenous stable coins or the truly fiat back ones are typically the best. So cool. So there's lots of tokens going on at the moment. Not a lot of trading. So probably not surprising there. Maybe somebody will come in with some big volume some stage on the testnet, and we might see a reversal of that. But in any case, we don't care. We're yield farming, and of course, we're earning those INC tokens all the time. So that's pretty cool. All right, enough of that. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I would suggest, Richard Hart always suggests, play around with PulseX Exchange, play around with the PulseChain bridge called Pulse Ramp, and of course, get used to how to play that, because it's very important. All right, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's always good to jump back into PulseX, not forget about that as well. So cool. Shame my studio is not working. Can't even hit any of those comments there. So let me just go through some of the comments manually on here. I'm going to try and get back up to where they were and just verbally talk about them rather than say anything there. Let me just go back. Man, how many comments are there? I can't believe I thought I was at the end of the comments, and I was like, wait a minute, that can't be quite right. Look here. Oh man. Hopefully I can get back far enough. We have I think I was up to that one. Yeah. So what else that we got there? I think it was last week our time. I got all the way up to there, so pretty happy with that. This now says, yeah, general voice chat tomorrow at 11 p.m. UTC time on Discord. Definitely get into that. Property reviews in the house there says Mandalorian commenting on PulseChain. On Pulse, then the Mandalorian commenting on Pulse says this is the way. That's true. Baby, I love Jesus in the house. Hello, good to see you in the house. Who else have we got in here? I've got to remember which camera I'm looking at there. We got lots of comments there. Jumping through some of those. What's up, Hexkins, Pulsekins, and PulseXkins? Says D Hex. Good to see D Hex in the chat there. What else we got going? Crypto Down Under, why didn't he think to swap it to go from the start? Not sure what that one's about. Jonathan Kapala says, I was put in here into this world to help one another. I love people that want to help each other. Nice one there, Jonathan. D Hex says, the people are waking up to the power of Hex, PulseX liquid loans. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, definitely welcome. Dave Down Under, Adelaide Hills with the kangaroo. Good old Kangi. Brendan's in the house there. Superman will have his work cut out catching up on the chat. Yeah, well, it was worse than that because the studio's stopped updating. Hey, studio's starting to update again. Hey, the studio's just started to update. Isn't that funny? It must be the feed. Like one of the feed must have somehow got stuck off there. It's started to update now, but the comments coming through too slowly. Jonathan Kapala says, nice, he's playing Robbie's videos. A great Hexkin here. Robbie Davidson's a really great Hexkin. What else we got there? Part 7 is great as well, says KD. Yeah, well, when that comes out, I don't know if that's come out on Richard's one. Might have to go check that. I'll pull that up tomorrow. There's something for tomorrow. Darren Murphy says hello from Ireland. Hey Darren, good to see you. Man, Ireland, Scotland. I want to go to those places. That's for sure. What is? Oh, I lost my position there. What else? KD says, oops, not part 7. I saw an old video, which is awesome. Yeah, no, part 6 is out. Part 7's not out yet, as far as I know. Hello from Ireland. I think Maxi will never be at a discount, or is it yet? Yeah, Celtics. I'm kind of getting to that position too. I'll be surprised if Maxi gets shown as a discount. But of course, markets can do all sorts of crazy stuff. So, but so far, this looks even less likely, especially with the team token. It seems less likely too. Let me just switch this back over to the Hex charts here, and we'll leave it on there for a little time being. I'm going to pull up the Maxi chart so you can see the price, and pull up the Pulse Dodge there as well so you can see the pulse there. So the Hex one's gone the hourly. The rest of them are all on the daily charts, just for clarity. HP says all the crypto sites and exchanges are having network error issues. For me, yeah, me too. So I had that as well, HP. It was weird. Why would they all have errors? I guess are they pulling from the pulling from the oracles on Chainlink or something like that? Chainlink, a bit weird. CoinGecko, CoinMarket, very strange. Maybe just me. No, it's me as well. HP. I was having the same issue coming up there on those. That's why I have only got these 2 charts up here, these 2 pages. That's interesting. Wow, that's weird, man. That is really weird. They're obviously drawing through from the feedback, same feed. What else we got? Every individual owes themselves. We all have. All we have is the moment, our time and attention. Most don't understand the basics, says Jonathan. Let me jump through some of this. Sandra says, happy summer solstice. Thank you to everybody. We are so blessed and to be in this community. Except you are Superman. I so appreciate you. Opium reigns. Yeah, definitely opium reigns. Smash those likes, says KD. It's funny. The studio is only just starting to filter through a few comments. It's just like little one. Pretty funny. Just coming through so slowly. Sound is good. Third baby on the way in August, says Jonathan. To now. I love it. Beautiful stuff. Hey, congratulations, Jonathan. Third baby on the way. Audio is okay, says it's now, but the accent, I have a hard time. And now and then, yeah. The good old Kiwi accent. That's why I'm trying to slow down to not talk too fast. InvestX is Cloudflare is down, affecting all the sites. So that was from InvestX there. Thank you so much, InvestX, for that. Now I still need to invest and to review InvestX site. Sandra says happy solstice, but I'm fond of the winter one. Because it's giving you insight on current bear market, for example. Yeah. Base Clip says Cloudflare is down too. What, in your opinion, gives the best yield relative to risk once PLS is launched? Best yield relative to risk. Well, I would relative to risk would be for me platforms like Liquid Loans would be things like that. Fiat probably be good. All the main products are probably pretty good ones to go with relative to risk. Although Fiat still probably needs a little bit of work to be done. Need a bit more from that team. We don't see much from them. Nice vid update with Rackham. Yeah, that was great. The Rackham video was really cool. If you haven't checked it out, check it out on the channel. Rackham was really cool. Some great insights from our biggest whale, really. So pretty cool. InvestDex says sites are back up now. Cool. I appreciate that. Thanks for the updates there. InvestX. And yeah, we've got a couple of comments in here. Going to just try a bright spirit in life and teach them the basics and teach them how to have fun there too. Yeah, absolutely. Homeschooling. Yeah, got to homeschool your kids most of these days with all that rubbish going on out there at the moment. All right, cool. I think I was pretty much up to date there on the comments. So thanks everybody. That is cool. We're up to an hour and 15. It's 7:16. I think I'm going to wrap up now, an hour and 15. But you know how we roll on this channel. We're going to actually let's quickly check our Hex chart here. Hopefully this will populate now. I'm going to quickly check this and then wrap up. I'm going to play out our music on the way out because we like to funk it up as well. Gwei is 14 at the moment. Gwei is 14. So if you have any transactions you want to do, staking, unstaking, swapping or anything, now's the time to do it. 14 Gwei on Ethereum. Take the low Gwei while you can. Hopefully this is going to update because it's still looking a little bit funny. Yeah, 11 Gwei right now, folks. I'm almost live calling the Gwei on the Ethereum network there. 11 Gwei. Man, you can't do better than that. Claim your Hitron. Claim your Hitron. Claim your Hitron. I don't know if this is going to update, it's probably not quite ready there. Katie says, night all. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, Tank Crypto in the house there. Good morning. Woo-hoo. Hey, good morning to you, Tank Crypto. Maybe that's what affecting the feed as well was the old Cloudflare, I should say. Night all, says KD. Hey, that's not updating. I was hoping to show you that, but it's not updating, so we're going to end up there. Let's play our music on the way out, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I had a lot of fun for sure. And let's play out our music. We're going to rock it out with the old Power City Core and, of course, the music there. Obviously, not a sponsored video. I just play it because it's got the cool music. So hope you guys enjoy that. Let's go for gold on this one. Bam, 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 bam. I can't believe I made it through the stream. You are the best. You're the best. It's Nana. Let's rock it. We're rocking it. We're going crazy in this chat here. Don't forget, if you Hex Token channel members, smash out the emojis. That's the way we rock on this channel. Bam, bam. All right. Yeah, subscribe, like, share. All that good stuff. On the way, low now. Yeah. That's Ricky Robertson. You're right, quite right. Estonian. Woohoo! We're pumping it. Galbex, thanks, man. Pumping it. Yeah. I hope to get another soundtrack soon. We're finished. All right. Bye for now. Catch you tomorrow. 2 more live streams. PulseChain, PulseX, Hex. Get into it, folks. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff. See you in Discord. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And bye for now. Tank Crypto's got the dancing on. Hexpo Tan Shell. Says Caltex. Absolutely. Bye for now. Take care.